Hi, ladies. Welcome back to Style Your Dreams with Keri Blair. I'm so excited to have a guest on the podcast today. So I have invited our fabulous makeup artist, Katie Klein, to join us today. So welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you.
I'm excited.
I hope you can see her because she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And I think Katie and I have been working together for how long? Maybe a year? About a year.
Yeah.
And she, essentially why we work together is because a lot of times when we're working with clients, they need a makeover. Not just with clothes, but they also need their makeup done and they need a lesson on how to do makeup because what I have found over the years is most women don't know really how to do their makeup and they're intimidated by it. And they, so it either prevents them from wearing makeup or they do the same routine that someone at the clinic counter taught them 30 years ago, right? Or they just skip it. I don't know what the other reasons are, but that's what we have found. And so I love having Katie work with our clients and really go through their makeup and purge what doesn't work for them, not the right colors, not the right textures, not the right product for them. And then she goes out and buys them what they actually need, which is amazing. So, yes. So here's what we're so excited about. We're going to talk. We're just going to talk about a lot today. And we hope to add a ton of value to you. But mostly this conversation that we decided we wanted to focus on is for women 40s and above, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we decided.
So we're going to jump in because we are women 40s and above. And we're going to talk a little bit about what our challenges are as we age as these gorgeous women. Right? How do we stay gorgeous as we age? And we'll see where we go from there. So welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to say anything about
sorry.
you and your experience?
Well,
why you love makeup?
I've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Right.
And I've been an esthetician for 2 years. So I got my license finally 2 years ago. But I mainly did it so I could just continue being a makeup artist.
Right. Because they created that law in Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do know a lot about skin. And that's really important when it comes to makeup. So I kind of wanted to start there.
Okay.
On how to prepare your skin.
Okay. Before we jump there.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what you love about being a makeup artist?
Oh, what I love.
What do you love? Because you're so good at making women feel great. So what do you love about
That's
it?
what I love about it is making women feel great.
Yeah.
I love when I can enhance what they already have.
Yeah.
And then they look into the mirror and they're like, wow. And sometimes they cry.
Yeah.
And they're just so happy. And then it just changes their attitude for the day.
Yeah.
For, I don't know, the week. Just they're excited to get up and do their makeup in the morning after they buy their products.
It's so cool.
I get a lot of feedback from clients later. Like, I just loved you and I loved what you did and we connect. And I love connecting with women. So
yeah, it's really
awesome.
empowering.
I've learned so much from so many of my clients. Like, I looked up to them. So it's nice to just meet new people too. So that's what I love about it.
That's awesome. I love watching you with our clients, specifically at the end when you show them how they look and they love it.
Yeah.
I love seeing you light up.
Yeah.
Because you light up probably more than they do, right? Because of them, not because of how you made them look, because
how I made them feel.
Yeah. Like having them look in the mirror and go, oh my gosh, I actually am beautiful. Yeah. Like you light up. And that's what I love.
Yeah.
And we're the same when we work with clients. Like after we see them look at themselves and they're like, damn, I'm gorgeous. That's like,
go out tonight.
Yes, right? Yes. And you should go out every night, right? You should feel beautiful every single day. And I am a firm believer in the power of makeup and beauty and skin. And so much changes over the years.
Yes, it does.
Right. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday preparing for this is aging's no joke. So I love that you want to start with skincare because that's where it all begins.
Yes.
So tell me your thoughts on skincare and the areas that women over 40 should really look for, or like you have to have this in your arsenal. Can we call it an arsenal?
Well, skincare routine.
Yeah.
And I call it routine because sometimes it's hard for women to remember to wash their face or they're too tired because we're so busy. But it's so important.
I used to be like that.
Yeah. And
like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I used to get home and I don't have time for it. I didn't see the value.
Yeah.
And then you age and you're like, oh.
Yeah. And it's not so much wrinkles as it is, I feel like we start getting sunspots. Our skin starts to look dehydrated. It's not as glowy. It's kind of dull.
Yeah.
Embrace the wrinkles, I say, but also if you get
that's because you don't have any yet.
Well, no, I have some, but I feel like because I'm doing the skincare that I'm doing, it's helping. And the makeup that I wear also helps because it takes out all my sun damage that I've done when I was younger.
Yeah. So skincare. You have to have great skincare.
So cleansing, pick a cleanser for your skin type, milk or oil or a foam.
Okay.
Exfoliating.
I use 2 different ones.
Yeah. Sometimes you can do an oil at night. I do a foam in the morning.
I do an anti-aging one at night.
Okay.
And then I do like a green tea extract during the day.
Okay.
I don't know why I change it up, but I feel like a little soapier in the morning.
Squeaky clean in the morning.
Me too.
Kind of moisturizing at night. Yeah.
Me too.
Same.
All right. So
that's a good one. Doing an enzyme exfoliator is really good. I know that Goop has a really good one. Gwyneth Paltrow's
How
line.
often do you do it?
I like to do it like 3 times a week.
Okay.
But if you're sensitive skin, I would start at like twice a week.
Yeah.
Doing it
I have the
in
Goop
shower
one.
Is nice.
I have the Goop one, and I like it a lot because you can feel it on your skin. Yeah. You can feel it like tingle and go to work. And
also,
it's
the
so
Sicily
easy.
one is really good too.
What's that one called?
The Sicily one. It's called the enzyme mask.
Okay.
And so that's also
and
good. It's like a powder, put a little water in it.
Yeah. Like a scrubber.
Well, no, you
like
just
sand
leave it on your skin and
you
then it
leave
eats
it
away at the dead skin and then you just wash it off.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool.
And what's great about those is they take a minute and a half?
Yeah.
They're super
like
fast.
A minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Mask.
How do you feel about toner?
Toner, I love toner because what toner does is it pH balances your skin after cleansing because you're, getting everything off.
Yep.
Toner pH balances your skin and it gets your skin that epidermal layer prepared for the products you're going to put on.
Okay.
So think of it as you wouldn't put products on a dry sponge. Like if a sponge is wet, it's going to absorb things more. So it gets your skin like a sponge, so it can absorb those things better.
Because I don't tend to wear toner. I have plenty of toner. I just don't tend.
Very important.
Okay, that's good. That's a new context for me. So now I can wear my toner.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what comes after?
Cream.
Okay. Do you have a favorite?
I like the Revive eye cream. I love Chanel eye cream, of course. Sublimage. It's so good. But any eye cream that would suit your needs to the fat where don't let it be too heavy.
Okay. Because then it'll weigh your eyes down.
Yeah. You want something, usually eye creams are not that heavy because this skin is so thin.
Yeah.
It's different than this skin. So usually eye creams are really good about that, but get something, that if you have dark circles, get one for dark circles. If you want something for moisture, get moisture.
Yeah.
You want something for tightening.
Do you put eye cream on top of your eyelid and underneath?
Yeah.
Okay. I've always had that question. I'm if I put it on top of mine.
Though, if it's real thick, I wouldn't put it on your eyelid.
Okay.
But if it's a lot, it'll tell you on the eye cream if it's meant.
Okay.
to be put on the eyelid or not.
Okay.
There's a lot of eye serums out there.
Yeah.
That can go on the eyelid.
And then do you do serums for the whole face?
So serum would go after. So always put your eye cream on first. This is important too, because then it protects your eye area. So the things you put on your face won't get up into the eye area and clog pores up there.
Excellent.
So always do your eye cream first.
Okay.
Then
I make that mistake. I don't do that. Okay.
So
I'm learning so much.
People are getting those little
bumps
because this face cream gets in there.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And clogs your pores.
Mm-hmm. So always eye cream first. Serums, yes. I love serums or oils.
How do you choose a good serum or oil?
There's so many out there.
I know.
If you want to have, there's ones for redness, sensitive skin, dryness, pore size,
I know.
firming.
How do you know which one?
I would just go with what is your main concern.
Okay.
And then kind of go from there. You can mix serums.
So, question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm not even kidding you, a drawer full of serums.
Right. Usually people do.
I mean, if you knew how much skincare I have, and then that's not even makeup.
I have like 5 different serums that I rotate.
Oh, we should take pictures and show each other our products.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous.
Well, because you go through the seasons. And
is that why?
Okay,
I get in
dry
moods
right now.
Oh, I'm not that strategic. You're way more strategic than I'm. I'm more like, I need to just switch it up. But let me just ask you this question. And I probably need to be more specific with you, but I have switched up my serums, and sometimes I like to layer serums.
Yeah.
And I've broke out from them. Like they've eaten my skin away. I'm serious. And then I'm like, well, which one did it? Was it this or was it that? And then I just put them both away for a while. And then I like bring one out. Then I'm like, okay, be cautious, bring one out. Are there certain is there certain ingredients in there that you shouldn't mix? Sure. What are they? Do you know? Not
really. I mean, if you're using like a retin-A, one that might have like some kind of vitamin C or
it's probably vitamin C
extract that sometimes can act like retin-A. So if you're doing a retin-A and then you're adding another retin-A, and so maybe the serums might have lots of retin-A's in them. And
and does vitamin C have retin-A?
No, but it's still kind of.
But it's an acidic.
It's still kind of an exfoliator and a brightener, which I love vitamin C.
I love vitamin C too.
Size. I mean, it does all the things. It helps with hyperpigmentation.
Okay. Love it.
But maybe it's just like, don't do the vitamin C the same time you're doing the retin-A.
Okay.
I mean, so.
That's great. Okay. So let's talk about, so after, sorry, is there more with skincare? There is. There's tons. Then you have to do moisturizer, and then I know, and then there's
on skincare
sunscreen, and make sure you do your sunscreen. But let's talk about.
Well, there's also, for sensitive skins, there's the CBD stuff, which I love because
tell me about
just
that.
Natural. That's a big market right now. Is all the CBD skincare. So it's a broad spectrum CBD that recognizes your skin when you put it on, and it helps with inflammation. It helps with pore size. It helps with healing. There's so many serums and body creams and tinctures and bath treatments and balms with the CBD, and those are so great.
Yeah.
And I go to it's Lavender CD. It's a .com, which is this company that carries everything CBD.
Okay.
And has all the different brands.
So when would you know? Because I really want to dumb this down, because so many people, as you know, especially with our clientele, they're always like, I'm overwhelmed by the choices, which is why we just get it all for them, right?
Right. That's why I do. Because I will assess your skin.
Right.
And then, that's why you hire somebody.
Right. To do it. But we're going to try to make this easy in a podcast. So when would someone know that they need CBD?
If they're sensitive skinned.
Okay.
Or if they want to go the more natural route.
Okay.
More natural with no chemicals and things like
that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. And I also want to share, I was sharing with you earlier that I'm a member of this club called Beauty Pie.
Mm-hmm.
I found it, I don't know, when they first started, maybe 3 years ago. I don't even know how I found it, but essentially you pay $10 a month to become a member. And then they have all of these skincare products and makeup products and candles, like all this stuff that's naturally sourced. But this woman went to the best manufacturer of XYZ oil in Italy and had them make one for her with certain ingredients. And the best manufacturer of XYZ in Paris, and they make it there. And then these bottles,
skincare people do that.
Yeah. And so these bottles of skincare that if I went to Nordstrom, it would cost me $150. I get for $20, which is ridiculous. And that's probably why I have a lot of skincare products, is because I try a lot of their products out and they're amazing. And then all these people review them. So you can kind of tell, and they tell what age group is reviewing it. So, like I'm over 50. So I'm not going to read the reviews of 30-year-olds. I'm going to read the reviews of 50-year-olds because we have different skin. So that's another resource is that if you want skincare more affordable, I will say, and less expensive.
Can try different things.
Yes.
See what your skin likes and see what you love. I think it's also a sensory thing. I love the way things smell. The way it feels.
Yeah.
Like I look for all of us, I think, do how it smells, how it feels, how it looks, how does it make us feel?
Yeah.
Because that's when you're going to stick to something that really works. And if you find a good skincare routine and that you love doing, then you're going to do it.
But don't you feel like you also have to mix it up every season or every year?
You're going to use maybe less moisturizer in the summer.
Yeah.
Maybe just go to like an SPF has a moisturizer in it.
Yeah.
SPF.
Yeah. SPF. That's
so
a
important.
must. And I've gotten so important. And I've gotten better at this as I've aged because I used to never use sunscreen.
Oh gosh.
I know. But
that's the way it was.
It was. And I loved a nice glow. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a fan of bronzers. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of the sun bronzing me, right?
I have a lot of friends that are like that. One of my best friends.
Yeah. And now it is essential.
I know.
Right. Especially as I think the first time I got a sunspot was when I was pregnant. I got my first sunspot, and now literally several times a year I get all of my sunspots removed because they just keep on coming back. So
you have to worry about the cancer, the skin cancer. I mean, there's more and more people are getting things dug out of their face.
Melanoma,
these days.
right?
Yeah.
And exactly. So please wear a good sunscreen.
So
and there's so many. I don't even think
Supergoop.
I love Supergoop too.
It's so good. And I love
what's it called? Unsomething.
Well, I love
sunscreen for your face.
I love the ones that are lightweight.
Me too.
And they're
clear,
just a mineral
that they just
and they're just a mineral sunscreen.
And isn't their sunscreen also a good primer? I think it has primer in it.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's a different one I'm thinking of. But that's also fun is if you can get a sunscreen with primer so that you can really prep your skin.
And I go back to I use the Chanel one too. I love theirs too. It's so good. It's really good because it feels like a moisturizer.
Yeah.
And it's SPF 50 and it has all broad spectrum protection. And you don't see it, you don't feel it. You feel it because it feels moisturizing.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think one thing that's important to mention, which you and I both believe, although we have like our favorite product lines or what have you, I think it's important to, sometimes I find that people, like let's say Chanel, or it could be any brand, but they get addicted and they only buy products in that. I personally don't believe there's any line out there that has mastered everything.
Right. I agree.
And so although you may have your favorites, like I love some favorites in Charlotte Tilbury, and I love some favorites in Chanel, and I love some favorites in Beauty Pie, and I love Bobbi Brown. And just know that not every line has perfected everything for everyone, right? So like I love Chanel foundation. It really, their Vita Lumiere. It's the best foundation.
It is the best.
It's like one of the, it's one of the only non-natural products I use,
right?
Because it's so
good.
Beautiful,
and the pigments are so good.
Yeah, and it's all natural, and it goes on like a moisturizer, and I'm done for the day. Okay, let's go back for a minute, and then we'll go to makeup.
Okay,
because we have a lot of makeup to cover. I want to talk about some things that I do at home. So if you can get regular facials, and you can get chemical treatments, and you can get laser treatments, and you can get the Moxie and the Halo and all of that, I highly recommend it. Maybe once a quarter, couple times a year. If you can do that, start early. I have so many clients that come to me in their 50s and 60s, and they've never done anything to their face and their skin, and you can tell. And it's a uphill battle from there. So if you can start, that doesn't mean you can't do it, because they can. I send them to my skincare lady, and she works wonders, and in no time their wrinkles are minimizing. But there's also things that you can do at home. So there's things that I do in between my treatments that have really tended to help. And especially, so I'm over 50 now. I know I don't look it, but I am. And you're sweet.
When you told me that, I was like, what? No.
It's skincare, makeup. But I really am somebody who works on my face daily. In fact, my husband often looks at me in the morning, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, Mister, I don't just wake up looking like this. Like, if I stop doing all of these things in 10 years, you're going to notice a difference. And he's like, oh, I would still love you. And I'm like, we're not going to test that one out. Right. But I'll just share a couple of things that I do at home. And maybe there's some treatments that you do at home as well. So one thing I do that's kind of out of the normal is called the fascia blaster. Have you ever heard of it?
Is it the red light?
No. Oh. So the fascia blaster is this tool, and no. So it's not like anything you've seen. So you can use it on your body, and it untangles the fascia underneath your skin that causes like cellulite, things like that. So they have a facial system that I swear by. And so essentially you're getting rid of the fascia tangled up where all of your fine lines and wrinkles are.
That's where the jade rollers came in, and the massage tools.
So they're more intense than those, because I don't find that the jade rollers work.
Okay.
I don't even like the gua sha for my face. I don't find that it's like intense enough.
Okay.
But some people love them. Do you love them?
I do, because I think giving yourself facial massages every day is very important.
Yeah.
So even if you're just using your knuckles and you're doing this
to scrape up on
to get like even like your creams.
I do that with my
serums. Like, this is how I would put my serum on, and this is how I put my cream on.
Yeah.
Giving yourself little massages daily.
I agree.
And that's easy. You don't have to get a tool out.
Yeah.
You don't have to like plug something in.
Yeah.
You know.
And I will say that's great if you're in your 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
But when you're in your
like,
50s,
you need something
I'm like,
harder.
Sister, that was great. I used to do those little things.
Well, see, people don't.
I know. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and when you're younger, those are tips that you
should
absolutely need to do.
Yeah.
And then as you're noticing the wrinkles, I'll tell you, so my esthetician told me to buy this microneedling pin off of Amazon, which I did. And I watched a ton of videos, and I'm not going to kid you. It hurts like hell.
Just be careful.
And you want to take it light and easy. But one thing I started doing is doing my laugh lines often.
Okay.
So she said do it every day. I probably do it once a month, maybe a couple times a month. But you can also microneedle your entire face with these pins. And so if you don't have time to get to the esthetician, you can do it yourself. Just, yes, be careful, because it will make you bleed.
Yeah.
And you better be ready for pain. But I've noticed that helps a lot. Okay. I also do what's it called?
Dermaplane.
I also dermaplane my own
There's face
skin.
blades out there that are
Yep.
great that you can buy.
They're fabulous.
Yeah.
It takes the little fine hairs
Yeah.
off your face.
Peach fuzz stuff.
And it also exfoliates.
Yeah, it does.
So I love those. I also do red light therapy every single morning.
Yeah, there's some cool tools out there.
So
with the
cool.
Red light. Yeah.
I switch between, like, have you heard of the Sola wand, which is fairly new, but it's in glamour and everything?
Oh no.
It's, under $100 with a serum. And I do the triangle, like nose to chin and laugh lines every single morning religiously.
Oh, good. Because that's something easy and simple. And
it's 3 minutes. 3 minutes. You put the serum on and you use this red light therapy. Or sometimes I mix it with, is it the Dr. Sturm facial one, the full face? So I look like a crazy person. I put this mask. It literally looks like a Halloween mask that I put on.
Oh, I don't know. There are some new ones. Their
red light therapy
has it now. Their body has a full mask.
I don't have that one. Yeah. But and it has blue mask for acne. But I always use the
for hyperpigmentation.
Yeah, this one doesn't. But yes.
Yeah.
So mine is just red light for the wrinkles. Yeah. And I use it like, you know what I do is I, after I do my skincare or a clean face, I actually lay on the floor because my closet's right by my sink. I lay on the floor in my closet and I have these, oh my gosh, it's called Now Zen. And they're these two little speakers and they play meditation music for 3 minutes. And my mask is 3 minutes. So I lay on the floor for 3 minutes.
I love that.
And the meditation music's going off and my face. And that's
so you multitask.
And I multitask. Okay.
I get my meditation in.
I love it.
And I get my facial.
I totally do. Nice. And then, and the last thing I do, and sometimes I do these all on the same day. But for sure, I always do red light every single morning. And the second thing I do almost every morning is I do cupping on my face.
See, that's something I haven't heard on your face. I've heard body, but not face.
Unbelievable. So how I heard of it was I go to this woman to do cupping on my body and she does this anti-aging treatment where she does cupping on the face. So I bought these plastic cups off of Amazon. And what I do is I put the serum all over my face and then the serum.
Use any serum or the serum?
A serum that I use like any serum that I would use on my face anyways.
Okay.
I think I'm using one that's called Youth Balm right now. Yeah. So I put the serum on and then I gently drag the cups over my cheeks and my chin and I pull it all up. Right up to my ear.
Yep,
and it takes
collagen and
stimulates collagen and helps get rid of the wrinkles and plumps up your skin. And it takes 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
So if you combine that with my red light therapy, I'm about at 10 minutes.
10 minutes
and
for
then,
total skincare.
And then we're good.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, okay, I took care of my skin so that I can keep looking 35.
Yay.
Or maybe these days, 40.
Because that's so important. I think the skin prepping and taking care of your skin is so important. And it's so important for makeup application.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's talk about makeup application. Yeah. So we were talking yesterday, there are definitely things that women as they age should stay away from or that they really, really need. So let's go into that. So talk to me about aging skin and what you should stay away from and what you need to move towards.
Well, the main thing I would say is stay away from powder. I think powder foundation in particular, we learned to use when we were teenagers. Yeah. And it's okay in your 20s because we do have a lot more oil.
Right.
Then as you get older, I was oily and then now I'm getting older. I'm not so oily. So start going towards cream foundations, liquid foundations.
Can I just pause first 1 second? What you said is so valuable that I don't want people to miss it.
Okay.
Which is that as you age, your skin changes.
Yes.
And that's so important. And I know we're pointing to it, but so if you always knew yourself as someone who was oily, you may not be
anymore.
Or if you knew yourself as someone who was always dry, you may not be anymore. Or if you knew yourself as someone who had even skin tone, you're
Yeah.
likely not going to be
No.
anymore.
No.
So I just wanted to
Yeah.
underline that.
Yeah. If you do live, well, then I'll give you this too, because when I do, we're in Colorado.
Yeah, where it's so dry.
So dry. But if you do go somewhere humid, I find
Mhm.
myself a little bit more oily.
Mhm. Yep.
If you were to use a powder, use a loose setting powder.
Yeah.
Like just if you wanted to take out a little shine. But I feel like when
Shine
your
is all the rage
skin-
right
yes.
now.
So I feel like when your skin is glowy,
Yeah.
it looks more youthful.
I 1,000%
Yeah.
agree.
So when I am somewhere humid, I'm like, oh, look at my glow.
I know. Look at me.
This is so nice.
You know, a
I
product.
don't even need to wear foundation.
I know, right?
Yep.
You know, one product that I love to make my skin a little dewier, but I only use it like underneath my eyes. Have you ever heard of, I think it's called Superfood by Wella?
Mm-hmm.
That product is amazing
Yeah.
if you have super dry underneath
Yeah.
your eyes.
Yeah.
If you want to be a little dewy, but a
Yeah.
little
Mhm.
goes a long way.
It would be good to mix with concealer too, because that's the
Yes.
second thing I want to talk about is concealer. So concealer's hard because we get a lot of pigmentation, redness under our eyes, on our eyelids, veins. And concealer can be really tricky because there's sometimes if you get too much, then it sets in the lines and then it
makes you look older.
What I would do would be to find a eye primer that would take. I don't know if I turned.
You're good. You're good.
Eye primer to help take care of the redness on the lid, and then under the eyes. Did I do something?
I don't know what button you might have chose, but I think you're good.
Is that working? Okay. And then under the eyes, I would just maybe try to see if your foundation would do the trick.
Okay.
For under the eyes. And play with it because you don't need something thick under your eyes. A lot of the time, a good foundation will take care of that. I only use foundation under my eyes.
I use, I'll just share what I use is I love Trish McAvoy's Instant Eye Lift because it tends to brighten my eyes. And I love Clos de Bois. Their concealer, I think, is the best on the market because
really
it's
good.
Creamy.
It is really good. Just be careful to use too much.
I don't. I just use like a touch, and I only use that in my outside eye.
Oh, okay, because we get red there.
Yeah, because that's where I get like dry or red, and then I use Instant Eye Lift underneath.
You might not even need to. I'm looking at you, and you might
because
just
I have it on,
your
sister.
Foundation.
But most days when you do see me, I don't have it on.
Yeah.
And then today I decided to put it on because I felt like I needed a little more lift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah. I would just, less is more.
I love
under
that.
The eyes.
I love that. Okay. So, less powder. In fact, the only time I use powder these days is when I'm filming because you tend to be
loose powder.
And I use loose translucent.
There you go. That's
powder.
what I would suggest.
Yeah.
But no more heavy, cakey foundation powder.
Agreed.
When you're in your 40s, 50s.
I think that's important at any age, really. But I feel like that's one area I don't like on YouTube is all the influencers showing young people how to do makeup. And they do like 7 layers. I interviewed this girl once to be my assistant, and she was like, yeah, you can check me out on my YouTube channel. And I looked at her before picture or her before video, and she had these beautiful freckles, and she's just this gorgeous younger 20-year-old girl, right? She put on, I'm not even kidding, 7 layers of foundation or color correction, and she disappeared all of her freckles and looked like a completely different person. And to be honest, I didn't like the look. I think less is more.
Less is more when you're older. I feel
and bring out your natural beauty. Well, even when you're younger, don't you think? Less is more?
But I feel like when you're younger, a lot of girls want to put more makeup on because it makes them look older. And then when we're older, we use less makeup to look younger.
I know.
So, it just, that's what
but here's
the trend is. But they have that perfect like skin that
But here's my
you
message
just layer on.
at any age,
Yeah.
which I just want to say. I don't care if you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s. I don't care. Love yourself.
Yeah.
And
I love that you said that because I wanted to say that
right?
too.
Just love yourself. I mean,
Mhm.
I know you deal with this too,
Mhm.
but it pains me when a
Yeah.
client comes to me
Yeah.
and they're insecure and they don't love themselves. That is my number one
Mhm.
priority is like,
Mhm.
if you're going to spend time with me, by the end of spending time with me, you are going to love yourself.
Yeah.
And I know that you feel the same way.
Same. Yeah. Yes. 100%.
So if you're in your 20s and you're
Mhm.
trying to put on more and more makeup,
Mhm.
then I think there's something deeper happening that
Yeah.
you should look into
But that
called
comes with age and maturity.
loving yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? But if we could teach our girls, like,
now, yeah.
you know, Stella's 11 and wants to start wearing makeup because it's middle school. And the number one, and she can't even believe how much it changes how she looks, and she loves it. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you can't wear it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And B, you need to love yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, you can put a little mascara on because it makes your eyes pop and you
makes
feel
your eyes-
prettier.
Yeah.
And you can put a
You have
little
really
lipstick,
pretty eyes.
little
Yeah.
lip gloss on. And that's great.
Yeah.
So that's my message is like, if you're a mom of young kids, please, please, please teach them to love themselves because otherwise they grow up to be women that we see.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to teach them how to love themselves, which is fine too.
Feel good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say that you have to wear foundation and you have to wear this. If you don't want to, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you.
Yeah.
Like, do what makes you feel good and what you want to do.
Yeah. And
because otherwise you're not going to do it.
I know, right?
You know, because if you're like, no, because I listen to a lot of my clients and they tell me like, I won't do that. And I'm like, okay, great.
Like me with eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like I'm never going to.
I'm not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, so what will you do?
Right.
You know, so let me help you find something to make you feel good that you will use.
I think there's also, I love that about you. And I think there's also one thing that I believe in is showing people the value. So people won't do it when they don't see the value. So if we were to walk around the street right now, if we left my office and we walked around Cherry Creek North, we would see many people without makeup on.
Oh, yeah.
Many. And they could have a reason that they were rushed. They could have a reason that they don't know how. They could have a lot of
class.
Yeah, they could have a lot of reasons. But I would say the number one reason that women don't wear makeup consistently is they don't see the value. And I think it's because they're doing it wrong. Because makeup is meant to enhance your beauty.
Yes.
Right? Enhance your beauty. It's not to make you over.
And it's not to change your face shape.
No, and it's not to change everything
we'll go
about
into
you.
Contouring. I just wish I'm so glad contouring is going away.
Me too.
Hopefully it's going away. I think it's going away.
We hope.
Contour was designed for drag queens to make them look more feminine.
Yeah.
So as to give them a higher cheekbone,
which is awesome.
They look fantastic.
Awesome. I know.
They look fantastic. But for women, we don't need it as much because we already have those feminine features.
Right. And again, I think it goes back to loving yourself. Yes. Like if you're so busy trying to make your right, but if you're so busy trying to make your nose smaller or your cheeks higher, again, go within. Like let's figure out where this is stemming from.
Yeah.
So and then do it. Right. But a lot of times, you know, people are trying to change who they are. This is just my opinion. Some of you may be like, no, I just love myself and I want to contour my nose. Great. You be you. And that's totally awesome. I support that. Yeah. Just make sure that you're not doing it because you're trying to fix yourself.
Well.
And
so
blend well. Yeah. That's what we care about.
Around those stripes on your face.
Blend well.
Yeah.
I love
blend
that.
Well. Blending is another big makeup tip. If you feel like you've got a smudge or it's just not working right, just take a good brush. Brushes are very important too. And just really blend. Like Trish McAvoy, when I used to work for her, she once said, if you felt like you haven't blended enough, blend some more.
Yeah.
Keep blending. And that's
I know that's a big lesson you taught me.
Yeah.
because I wasn't blending my eyeshadow.
enough.
And now I do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And the contouring, please, people blend.
Yeah.
Blend. Like you can put bronzer on and blush and highlighter, but you know, there's a soft way to do it. Like I have all 3 on today, but it's
and
very
you look
soft
stunning
and, you know,
and natural looking.
Natural looking.
Yeah.
Just kind of highlight it and.
Yeah. And again, the point of makeup is to enhance your beauty. It's not to look made up or to look like you have makeup. I get that complaint a lot too. It's like, I don't wear foundation because it feels like I have makeup on. Well, it's just not the right foundation.
You're not getting the right product.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you put on makeup and it feels makeup-y, it's not the right product for you.
No.
Because there's beautiful, light, natural products out there.
That happens a lot when I do weddings, and I use the products that I use, and they are always so shocked how like I don't feel like I have anything on my face, and I'm like, that's because I'm using a good product.
Yeah,
and not using a lot of it. You don't have to use a lot,
right? Yeah, as long as you have a good primer on, right? That will make it stay, and a good setting spray.
Cream blush is another good one for women older, because you do want to have that glowy, dewy look. So cream blush, and it's really easy. You can put it on your cheeks, you can put it on your lips, and go out the door.
Yeah.
You have 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I think the main products I would say would be evening out your skin tone with
very
a
important
tinted moisturizer, a lightweight foundation, putting mascara on.
Yep.
Putting a little bit of blush on.
Yep.
And a little bit of lip color.
I love it.
And that's probably the main things I would say for every day.
I agree. I also would add in eyeliner.
Eyeliner, yeah.
That's a big thing for me.
Eyeliner, you don't need to put it on the bottom.
I never do. Because it closes my eyes.
But you can put a little, I like to put a little eyeshadow on the bottom, kind of smudge that. But eyeliner, yeah, don't ditch the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Eyeliner makes your lashes look fuller.
Yep.
And it opens up your eyes on the top. As you get older too, maybe you don't have to do black. People sometimes are, I like doing black, you like doing black because I like the way it stands out.
I do too.
But
the blues, and
I like a charcoal gray is really pretty as the eyes get older. The hooded eye, do a charcoal gray, a blue, a brown.
What are other things that you can do if you're starting to get hooded eyes? We talked about your friend does stickers.
She does.
So I'm sure you guys have seen on Instagram or Facebook
the stickers that you put on your lids. They really do work. It helps a lot. You can see the sticker when you blink. Even with eyeshadow.
You
can put because it is. You can put eyeshadow on top of it, but you're still going to see the sticker. The sticker, yeah. But they do really work and open up the eye. They're kind of the placement of it you have to play around with, but you have to make sure you get it inside your crease.
Yeah.
And then it just, it lifts up the lid. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I mean, there's things like that.
Seems like it would be awesome for a photo shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And one other thing we talked about for aging eyes is staying away from too much glitter, right? So I've seen lots of clients that come in and they have like a cranberry or like even a brown, and it's too glittery and it ages them.
Yeah. So use glitter with caution.
I would say don't use it past 40, but that's just me.
But there's a difference between glitter and shimmer. Glitter, I think of it's kind of like the chunks, and then a shimmer is okay. It's just kind of a wash of color that you can put on, which most shadows have is a shimmer in a lot of shadows. Sometimes if you get too matte of a shadow, it actually can enhance imperfections and wrinkles on the lids too. So I kind of sometimes I like to do a shimmer on my lid and then I do a matte in my crease.
I was going to say the way your eyeshadow is done today is perfect.
Yeah.
Because I can see the matte with the shimmer.
With the shimmer. Yeah. So it's kind of blending the best of both worlds. But if you get too much matte where you're wrinkly.
Yeah. It'll enhance the wrinkles.
Think of it as like paint on a wall. Mm-hmm. So if you use a matte paint, you're going to see all the imperfections on a wall. But if you use a semi-gloss, it's going to smooth everything out.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of primer before shadow.
Well, yeah, eye primer for sure. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Because that will take, because we all have red, dark eyelids.
Yeah.
So using a primer that is skin toned is really important. And then you can kind of have everything evened out. So you have a nice canvas to start with.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it makes my eyeshadow last the entire day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is so great. Mm-hmm. Any other things? Oh, the one thing you taught me about yesterday that I'd never heard of is snail mucus.
Oh, that's skincare though.
It's okay. I need to say the word snail mucus in this podcast.
Snail mucin is what they do. And they put it in some skincare products. But it has a lot of anti-aging, they say, properties, but it has like a hyaluronic acid. It has, it has antibacterial like properties for your skin.
So this is something we're going to find in
it's
going
to be in a lot of, it's already started to be in a lot of skincare products.
Some other venom?
So there's a venom that they're putting in products too to help, freeze lines on the face.
Amazing.
Kind of. Yeah.
Amazing.
There's so many things.
Right. For our vanity.
Yeah.
Right.
But the snail mucin is like, it also is very hydrating. So a lot of people some makeup artists have had it put in primers. Yeah. Like skin cosmetic companies put it in the primers because it makes the skin glow and it keeps the makeup on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the things you don't know unless you are in the industry. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we didn't cover.
Lips. I just wanted to go over lips.
Let's talk really about quick. It. Yeah.
As we get older, if you're not doing lip injections and your lips tend like they start to get wrinkles,
which I don't.
Yeah.
Do lip injections.
But always use a moisturizing lipstick or a lip gloss because it helps fill in the lines to make your lips look more plump. So I would stay away from matte lipsticks.
Yeah, I don't.
When you're older, always kind of keep a shine to them because it'll make them look more plump.
Yeah, I think that's
and lip lining too. Do you use a lip liner?
I don't.
You should.
Why?
Because you would.
Can you tell right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Bitch. I love the honesty. Okay, lip liner.
But maybe just on your top lip, you would notice that you could get a nice full lip with a line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
You know why I don't use it?
Why?
Why other people don't do makeup? Because I'm lazy. Because I usually don't put on my lips until I'm at the office or like on my way to dinner. So I like pull it out of my purse and I can put on my lipstick in the car without looking, which is a bad habit. So I'm going to try it.
What happened was 20 years ago, lip liner was like in. Like
it was in. In fact, you line it. I used to line my entire lip.
Yes.
And then put gloss over it because it would have it last longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Lip liner was in. And then lip liner kind of went away. And some cosmetic brands were just like, we don't need it. And it just wasn't trendy anymore. But I feel like coming back to it now when you get older, because it does, our lip lines start to either go lower on one side and higher. Like our lips kind of.
They change?
They change. Huh. Our lips change. Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
And so doing a lip liner just even on the top will make your lips look fuller.
Okay, cool. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I have come to the conclusion as I age, I used to get by with just gloss. Maybe it's also because I'm on camera more often these days, like, I don't know, doing a video or a podcast or something. But, your lips don't show up unless you have a color. Like I can't wear a neutral
yeah.
color.
We can go into like what color to
Yeah.
pick if you want.
So let's do that. But I noticed that I feel amazing when I have a lip shade on.
Mhm.
Even if I just have a gloss, if I'm running errands, I'll even just have a gloss.
on. Yeah.
But I feel better.
Oh, good.
And I have this woman that I know that doesn't wear any makeup. And she just throws on a red lip and it looks like she has a full face of makeup.
Oh, yeah.
So the power that lips have is unbelievable. And I think that's like an afterthought for most women.
It is.
So let's talk about that.
Well, it can also make your skin look smoother.
Yeah.
Because it
and more dewy, don't you think?
Because it takes it kind of does that eye trickery where your eyes focus on the lip and then everything else kind of looks smoother on the skin when somebody's looking at you.
Yeah. So how do you pick the right color?
The right color I would never go lighter than your natural lip color.
Okay.
A lot of people have already pink or purple toned lips. So I would either match your natural lip color.
Okay.
Or go a shade darker.
Okay. But with gloss, you can go lighter.
Sure.
Like a sheer.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Excellent. And I love the idea of making my lips a little fuller because as I age, they are.
Watch next time I see you, you'll have a lip liner.
Are you kidding? Absolutely. When is that? Tomorrow? I will have it on, sister. What else did I say I was going to do that you just taught me? Oh, a little eyeshadow underneath my eye. I don't do that. I'm going to start doing that as well. Okay. So again, what I have found over the years is that women who don't wear makeup get intimidated by this conversation and get overwhelmed. So I want to reiterate a few things. Number one, love yourself.
Yes.
That comes before anything. Love yourself. Find the beauty that you already have.
Yes.
That's number two. And enhance it.
Yeah.
That's what clothes are about.
Yeah.
That's what makeup's about.
I've been working with women, so many women over the years, and everyone always has their favorite feature.
Yeah. Or the one that they get complimented
on. Something that they can say, oh, I think my eyes are my favorite.
Yeah.
Or my lips are my favorite. Yeah. Or my eyebrows are my favorite.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, then take that and run with it.
I agree. Right. The third thing would have to be that makeup doesn't have to be intimidating and it doesn't have to take a long time.
There is a lot of products out there, so it can be intimidating, and I get that. I mean, I get intimidated still when I go into like a Sephora.
Me too.
I'm like, what?
I know.
Where did this brand come from? And what is this brand?
I know. You know what I'm going
to has a makeup brand, I feel like.
I feel like it too. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the show notes. Well, so in the show notes, I'm going to put our favorite, Katie and my favorite products. So if you want to start there and venture out, if that will help you, we're happy to do that. Yeah. And the second thing I'm going to link in the show notes is, remember the videos we did of you doing a makeup lesson on me? Yeah. I'll link those in the show notes. So, because you did an amazing job showing me how to do my eyes and my lips. So we'll link those videos in the show notes to help you with a makeup tutorial as well. And you can do great makeup in 5 minutes or less. Yeah. In fact, that's my everyday.
If you have the great brushes.
Yes. So that was my next thing. Katie has, after 20 years in the makeup industry, created these unbelievable brushes that we sell to all of our clients, and they're amazing. So talk to me about what makes your brushes different. Yeah. And why you decided to make brushes.
So I decided about a year ago where my clients have always asked me, what brushes should I use? What are the best ones? And I'm like, okay, well, I like this one for this. I like this one for this. And I like these for that. And they would always say, well, is there a set?
Everybody wants a set.
Is there a set that has all of these in it? And the answer was no. Every time I would go, I'm like, okay, well, let me go look around.
Yeah.
No, there was never a set that had all of the brushes that I would suggest for my client.
They have more brushes than you ever would use.
Well, or they would have a lip brush or a brow brush. And I'm like, unless you're a makeup artist, you're not using a lip brush.
Right.
So, and then brow brushes, I'm like, well, if you want to get like more detailed, but usually, the pencils are fine and they have their own little brush on them, usually brow pencils. So you don't need that. So I just was like, okay, I want to create a brush set that has all the brushes I would sell to my client, at a reasonable price too. Because if you were to buy these brushes separately, and I think they're just as good as these high-end companies' brushes, and you're not spending $500.
Right.
So do you want me to show you?
Sure. If you're on YouTube, you can see these brushes, but if you're not, it's beautifully packaged because most people are just listening to us. But it has beautiful packaging. Why don't you just talk about the brushes that are in there?
There's 7 brushes. I know, I'm a mess.
They're all falling out.
Okay, so there's 7 brushes. There's 3 for the face and 4 for the eyes. So there's foundation, all over face blender, angled blush brush, an all over shadow brush, a crease brush, an eyeshadow blender brush, and then an eye lining.
And here's what I love about
blending brush.
Here's what I love about your brushes is I have one of these brushes from different brands from buying
separately
or by buying a huge set and throwing the rest away.
Yeah.
So I love that these are the ones that
you would keep.
You would use every single day. Yeah. And I use these every single day.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
And they're only $75.
And you've done an amazing job. So if you want to get some of Katie's brushes, she'll be selling on Amazon soon.
They're also on my website.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about your website.
Katie Klein. .com.
Great.
So you can go to the shop page and they're there.
Great. So you can just buy them online and have your brush set and set yourself up for success.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you. And I love that you created that for people.
I did.
I know.
I was just
done.
Yeah.
Done searching.
I had to.
So you're like, okay, I'm just going
to design it myself because I'm done trying to help my clients find good brushes.
I love it.
Set.
I love it.
Yeah.
So just to wrap up, any last thoughts for you?
No, that was great.
We covered a lot.
Yeah. I feel like we could do this again with just products. But
I think we could.
Yeah. But don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
The girls usually I worked in a store for a long time. So the girls there use them. If you go into a department store or something and you have questions, they're really knowledgeable. And they're there to help. So
I think it depends on the department store.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
find someone.
Find someone that's good. I mean,
who's good.
And
if you're local and you want to make a lesson with Katie, reach out to us at the Style Studio and we'll hook you up. Or can you do makeup lessons virtually?
Yeah, I've done that.
Great.
Over FaceTime once.
Great. So we would also do that. If you want a makeup lesson with Katie, reach out to the Style Studio.
I mean, anything's possible.
Right?
Anything's possible. And,
but feel beautiful every day.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Love yourself.
Love yourself. That's our message for today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me.
You.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I hope it was valuable for all of you listeners. Thank you for another fabulous week with Style Your Dreams. And if you like this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating, tell your friends, and you could even screenshot yourself listening to the podcast and post it on your stories. Maybe we'll give you a special gift for doing that. Anyways, free makeup lesson. You never know. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.